This don't fly. And it was an easy remedy to this. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Here I got in front of me the Carisma Racing M40S buggy 4-wheel drive here, and I'm telling you, man, this thing was kind of a disappointment on the first run of it. So today's video is really about 3 weak points on this buggy that I've came across since I've had it. And I'm also going to kind of tell you the direction I'm going with this buggy. So let's get at it. All right, so the first point, which is a very concerning point if you don't catch it. So hopefully, you know, this helps someone out, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But one major issue I came across is the steering link, and I need to clean this buggy off. So the steering link here is actually rubbing up against the inner part of the rim, and that's on both sides. And so I don't know how that passed QA. This don't fly. And it was an easy remedy to this. They could have just put on some thicker hexes to kind of push the rim out a little bit, or they could have just put some different wheels on here. So that's one concern point there. The next one is electronics. This ESC, after I did my research, is only a 38 amp ESC. And so for some reason, it didn't take 3S. It should have taken 3S, because I know of 35 amp ESCs taking 3S. So I don't get that. So it didn't run on 3S. You know, it wouldn't do anything. It came on, but it wouldn't go on 3S. So this is a 38 amp brushed ESC. So that is terrible. And the next issue is inside here, and that is the motor mount, which it could be the screws that they're using for the motor to mount the motor, but the motor mount is plastic, and the screws they're using is very questionable. So, and the washer. So I am gonna have to just do an overhaul on these 3 little things that I have in front of me. So these 3 little issues. So my plan is now to kind of rectify these issues that I presented to you here. Is first, I have wheels. And I think it's a different offset that will stick out and push the wheel away from the link. But if that's not the case and those wheels doesn't work, then I do have some hex extenders that'll push the wheel out as well. So that could be one of the things we do as well. So bam, that fixes that problem. That fixes that problem there. That fixes that problem there. Next, this ESC has to come out. Has to come out. So what I am going to do, the direction I'm going in with this, is to keep it brushed for now. And I'll explain why here in a little bit. But so I have a 1080 Hobby Wing brush ESC to go in here. So I should be able to easily run 3S on this buggy. So that's that. The next thing is, this is a 19 turn motor, which really should allow this ESC to run that 3S battery, but it didn't. Because like I said, small pinion, 19 turn motor. So anyway, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a 12 turn tight motor in here. And the pinion, I'm gonna have to change the pinion and try to keep it the same size that's in here, maybe a little bit bigger, because it is room inside to adjust for a bigger pinion in here. But I don't know if I really want to go crazy, but it just all depends on what I have in stock in the parts bin. So so that's what's going to happen here. And I really can't wait to get those parts in, get the motor in. I got the ESC. And what I want to do is just show y'all how crazy they got this buggy made, where it shouldn't be this difficult or have these many steps to get to this doggone gearbox and get to the gears and all that in the motor mount. But it's a lot, man. You really have to take off this body mount here in the rear and front, you know, both of them, and just to get this brace off. And so you got to take all these screws out. But this screw right here, I think it's this one. You have to go from the bottom and take that screw out, and that's the way you get that out. But the rest of them, you have to take all these screws out, and it's a pain, but it can be done with a little patience. But now I had to go in there and tighten this motor up back to the motor mount because it had loosened up on that first run. So we got it back going, and yeah, we gonna try to get these issues rectified, and we're gonna take it back out there and see what kind of speeds it'll get, steel brushed. And once I can get a metal drive shaft, then we might think about brushless, but I don't know yet. But what I will say is, I have installed a brushless system on an RC that had a plastic drive shaft, and it worked marvelous. It did fine. But the only reason I figured it did fine was because it was smaller and lighter. It was a 1/16 scale RC. Running a 4300 kV on 3S, and I had no issues with the drive shaft or any other components on that RC. So it was fine for that because how light it was. This right here is a little bit bigger, slightly heavier, so it'll put too much strain on that plastic drive shaft with that size motor, or what really with probably any brushless motor running on 3S. So that's the only reason why I'm not jumping to go brushless right now. So I think that 12 turn tight motor will probably be fine running on 3S, and, you know, maybe, you know, going a little bit bigger on the pinion. So, but all right, guys, that's all I have for you. I want to thank you for watching. Y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all on the next one.